Well, hello fellow YouTubers. Today, a special knife, very special knife, as you maybe saw in the intro. The Kubey KU220 titanium. And we have all three colors. Get a close-up later. And what I'm going to try in this video, or what I'm going to do in this video, is I'm going to detach this knife completely, and I'm going to show you all the parts which it is made of, and I'm going to tell you all the materials from the parts, mosquito, and then I'm going to try to colorate the gray one with a little bit of torch heat. Yeah, going to see how this ends up, and if not well, I will gonna sandblast it again and make it gray again. But I hope I'm gonna get it a little bit of a rainbow coloration and some tactical, yeah, we're gonna see later. Well folks, and back again in my workshop. Just, I know, a little bit of mess. Just for a little bit of test cutting. I know paper is normally not really a good cutting medium to show how sharp a knife is, but just test the factory edge. Already cut a little bit of stuff with it. Yeah, it cuts pretty well, but as said, paper is not really the best medium of all. To test the sharpness, I rather take my fingernail and see if the blade bites into it. If it does, it is sharp. And also, you can take your hair and just, I think you can hear it. It's just flinging the hairs away. Yeah, and clean. Yeah, that's, I think, a better way to see if the edge really is sharp. And the other way to test the knife, how sharp it is to use it. And like cutting an apple or cutting anything hard, but not that hard. Just an apple is not moving like a carrot, you would say. With a thin knife you can cut a carrot or an apple with ease, but with a knife that has an edge like a splitting axe or splitting maul, you won't cut an apple without breaking. So therefore you always have to know which kind of angle your flats or your hollow ground or whatever your knife has. This makes the cutting. Not only the edge does the cutting, also the rest. Because if you have a very sharp edge and after that you have a grind like this, you won't be able to slice an apple, you will just split it. Therefore, cutting depends on the whole geometry of the blade and not only the cutting edge. But a sharp cutting edge is necessary to cut, to make a good cut. Yeah, with brute force and a dull blade, you can also do a cut, but a good cut is something different. Yeah. Well, and here we are in my woodworking room with a knife, and when you make this test, never hold the knife like this. If the blade, or like this, if the blade closes shut, you get cut your fingers, believe me. So take the blade like this and smash it with the back. Onto the table like this to test the closing shock on the blade, and still works perfectly, and it did not close up by itself. So again, as said, this is one very important test. I really do this with all knives I buy. I always order some samples, then I test them out for real durability, and they need to be able to withstand such things, otherwise I will not sell them in my online shop, you know. Yeah, next thing, overhead strike. I'm gonna go just for this, just really smack it against it. I don't care if it's gonna go, oh yeah, it's clipped a little bit. But that was my fault because I hit it the wrong direction. Yeah, I hit it like this, you know, onto the liner, so the liner popped in. It's my fault, not the knife's fault. But it also has to survive that, you know. Could be you have your knife open and you really press up on here, so it should be able to still unlock without a problem. And even if you do it with force and you're not able to unlock it back again, you should be able to unlock it with force. So, and as you see, I really abuse this liner now, and still a very strong flick, and we're not even half there. I don't know if you can see this. Give me some light, come on, focus. Yeah, as you see, not even half the liner is through. So yeah, fabrication, manufacturing, really nice, really good quality. Just to show that it's really a good design and it really works out, and it's really very well manufactured, as you would like a knife to be. Okay, now here we got all 3 knives, and the gray one will be disassembled. Just to show you again, the blue one and the golden one, they have a grind finish or a ground finish, and the gray one has a satin finish. So it's just some kind of sandblasted or pearl blasted finish. It's a very fine finish, and all of them are made with S35VN steel, all ball bearings again as always, and all titanium handle. So very nice, and you will see later they also carved out the handle as much as possible. They really did a very good job on that. And yeah, now start disassembling. Okay, now just start up with the T8 Torx, and don't lose any screws. Just push them in there and just can push out the whole piece now. Here, the nut itself, and it is a screw with a pipe piece with thread inside. So, but it's really tight screwed together. I think it's glued together, so it holds up very well. Okay, now here we got the ball bearings, and hope you can see it. I guess you can see it. Yep, the ceramic bearings, and the blade got no groove here for the ball bearings. Yeah, here the point, the hole for the divot point, the divot ball. We'll also see that one a few minutes. And going on with disassembling. Pick it apart. Yeah, very nice. So these screws are very tight in there, and as you can see, also here the ceramic ball bearing or ball. Yeah, now I got it out. Very nice little piece here. So I think you can replace that also. Should be no problem at all. Yeah, and here in the titanium they got an inlay plate. I don't know how it's fitted in. Oh, it's just with the oil. It holds in there with the oil. Yeah, they get enough lubrication on the whole knife. Very nice on that one. And I think this is a hardened disc. Yeah, because it has no real indentations. You see a ring on it, but no real indentations from the ceramic bearings. So it must be hardened, because the titanium is not. And everywhere the titanium is not hardened, and here also, you will get very fast indentations from the ceramic bearings, and that will loosen up your blade, and they wanted to prevent that. Wow! Do not lose anything. Very nice. Yeah, and as I said, really dismounted almost the whole knife. Almost. As said, I really got this piece. Also a very nice inlay piece, I have to say. I really like that one. Okay, now already cleaned all the parts, and just gonna go for the clip and try out what happens if we heat it up. I hope you can see that. It's glowing red. But it really does not change its color at all. So, a tiny bit blue came there, but nothing at all. I really have to say, yeah, it's a tiny shimmer of blue.
And I do not want to weaken the clip, so I think we will not really colorate this knife at all, because it just doesn't work. But I'm gonna heat up the spacer piece, so at least this one has a little bit of a blue shimmer like the tip of the clip. And then they fit a little bit better together, maybe, and maybe we'll see a little bit more on this piece. It's a bit different, really a bit different. So really get this nice bluish color on it, and I think it will not really shine out of the knife, but maybe we'll see it a little bit.
Okay, now we're back for the final result of the knife, and I'm gonna show you what a few weeks of use and abuse did to all this KU220 knives. Well, now the knives are sorted by usage. The golden one was used the least, so still factory edge, very sharp, very nice, no stains, no nothing. And the blue one was the EDC knife. You can see some rubbing on the edges, but very minor. Here a little bit more from the pocket, and also here where the jeans, the pocket itself strips over the knife when you put it in the pocket with the clip. Yeah, the knife blade itself took some scratches, but they're just very minor. A little bit of polishing and they're out. The edge itself also hold up very nice, still factory edge. Just opened a few packages with it and cut some paper and a few test cuttings in soft materials, so nothing special. Yeah, and the gray knife was used as an EDC for work, and it was partially abused, but not very heavy, just a little bit. But as you saw in the video, I've used the liner a little bit and some other functions. I tested out if it works, and yes, I cut my finger, just minor. Yeah, the stonewash blade itself looks pretty nice. Yeah, I resharpened it with the artificial ruby a few times, say 3-4 times maybe, in 4 weeks of use. But I really used it hard, and sometimes chipped on the edge of a stainless steel pipe or something like that, and that did not really harm the blade a lot, but a few swipes over the ruby and it was sharp again. Yeah, now it's still very sharp, comfortable to work with, and as you saw, I detached this knife. Works still as on the first day. The whole mechanics, everything, liner also still the same as it was. All in all, very nice piece, I have to say. I really like it at work. The blade shape is very useful. You have a tip, but it's not a very dangerous one, but also it's a pointy one, so you could use it, you can use it very good for work. And slightly bent blade is also very nice. You have a good grip on this knife and it can't slip out of your hand because of this big bulge back here. Really have to say, I like it, personal preference. I really love the design, so therefore it gets 100 points for the design alone from me. And yeah, well, now to make a long story short, I hope you liked this video. Please leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. If you have any questions, leave me a comment, and thanks for watching.